Namaste and greetings. Hello and welcome. My name is Santosha and you're on my YouTube channel, Healing the Planet from Within. I talk about all things personal development and spiritual development. And in this video, I want to give you all the knowledge and tools and techniques that I've learned over 25 years about how to deepen your meditation. I am currently sitting in the Kriya Yoga Hall in Rishikesh in India, and I'm at the top of the hall, at the top of the building, where there's a round acoustic room, and you do a bit of toning here. You can hear the echo. So I thought, what a cool vibe to do a video on for how to deepen your meditation. Some meditation practices we're using. And yes, I'm a Kriya Yoga initiate. So I practice Kriya Yoga, but it's not where I first began on my meditation journey. My meditation started deepening when I went to the Philippines. It was, I've been on this spiritual journey for a long time, so I had previously done martial arts and Qigong and learned a swaying meditation, a standing meditation, because back then I couldn't sit like this. I couldn't sit for long periods of time. My mind was too busy, I was too busy. So at that time, before the Philippines, I did a standing Qigong. So that's something I'm going to share with you on this journey together. But first, let's start with that time in the Philippines. It was a 1-month detox naturopathy program where I learned how to detox the physical body by graduated fasting, meditation, yoga, and a variety of other techniques that will support the body to draw the toxins so the body can heal naturally. And one of the important things we did in that 30 days was the graduated fasting, because the less energy the body has to digest food, the more energy it has for healing. So that's why we slowly went down to, that's the first time I did an 8-day liquid fast. We slowly did graduated fasting, taking some foods out until we ended up into a liquid fast. Absolutely amazing experience. And through that experience, I became very aware that the type of food I was eating was affecting my meditation. You see, it was part of the Nanda Marga, this program was. So we chanted Baba Nam Ki Valam, and we had to eat sattvic food. And sattvic food I heard about before, but I never experienced the effects on my body. After the 30 days, it was no onions, no garlic, and we even went down to no carbs. Now, carbs is sattvic, it's okay, depending on the carb. But it was the onions and garlic that made the huge difference to my meditation. I didn't know, but during these 30 days, I was able to easily meditate for 4 hours every day, easily. So I know when it comes a time where I want to sit in an ashram for a long period of time, then I'll be able to easily shift into many hours of meditation as long as I follow the guidelines of what I've been guided to learn over the last few years. You might be hearing the sounds of the trucks and the horns in the background. It's because the Kriya Yoga Hall is on a main road, so this is the atmosphere we're recording in. So sattvic food. There's different types of food, as they know here in India: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Sattvic is the one that we're focusing on for meditation purposes, and it's the way to deepen your meditation. I remember after the 30 days of sattvic food and fasting, we slowly started eating other foods again. And some of us, our minds were really craving normal food, not just vegetables and fruits, but really craving something different. So we all went out for pizza. It's a dumb idea, but we didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. I was still learning. It's heavy food after a long month of fasting, right? Also, I got 10 years younger. It was fantastic. I loved that. it was an interesting experience to eat pizza because this pizza had onions on it. I thought, oh, well, what the heck, you know, trying to be a bit of a rebel. And then I went back to the center, to the health center in the Philippines, and I said to Dada, I ate onions. He says, how was that experience on your meditation? I said, the onions are distracting my meditation. Digesting onions had changed something in my stomach where my mind was suddenly distracted. I couldn't, it felt unsettling, like I couldn't settle into meditation state. Absolutely amazing. So sattvic food is a way to deepen your meditation. The other thing we did in the Philippines that I learned had a great advantage was holding a mudra, a hand mudra. We have different types of hand mudras. In the Philippines with the Ananda Marga, we hold this one. The left hand's on the bottom and the right hand's on top. So this is one way to deepen your meditation very easily. If you hold a mudra, your mind suddenly goes into a very peaceful place very quickly because the meridians are connected in a certain way. I call it the cheat sheet to meditation when I'm teaching it to my students. For instance, this 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡 mudra with the palms facing upwards is the technique, the usual mudra for meditation. You see it in a lot of pictures, images, you know, of ancient yogis. They're sitting like this. This one is the meditation one. But if you're feeling a bit down and out, it's really not worthwhile meditating until you're in a good space, in a good state of mind. Because of course a good state of mind will deepen your meditation, won't it? Yes, of course it will. So there's a second finger that you can use here. It's the one that will make your mind happy. So if you're really feeling disturbed and your mind is like you just had an argument or you're having some drama or trauma or something going on right now and the world seems just a bit crazy, right? You hold this mudra first, 5-10 minutes, and suddenly your mind becomes happy. You're feeling happy again. Then you can shift and change to the 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡 mudra, in which case then you're going to start deepening your meditation with this mudra. Yeah, absolutely amazing experience and valuable to have this knowledge. If you're really serious about deepening your meditation to the higher vibrational essence, which feels so blissful, then you can use these techniques and practice them in your own everyday life in order to experience what it's like. And when you have that experience, then you have the knowing, the inner knowing of how to deepen your own meditation, just like I did, you know, going through this experience. Okay, so going through, that was my experience in the Philippines. I don't know how many years ago, maybe 6-7 years ago or something. I was craving to deepen my meditation then, but this is what really worked. It made me, this aha moment. This is exactly what it is. It's a bit cold here in Rishikesh in the morning, so I'm wearing a warm hat. Okay, so other techniques. Breath. Here in India, they have a practice of breathing called pranayama. You can learn all the pranayama techniques, but from my experience, it's not been that necessary. It's helpful to know the different ones because there's different ones that give you different feelings in your physical body, different ones that help the physical body relax in order to deepen meditation. But if you're just beginning on your journey, it's not really necessary to know all the different types of pranayama. Most importantly, it's just awareness of your breath. Awareness of breath is a good technique for deepening your meditation. So, being aware. So how you being aware of your breath is when you're holding your 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡 mudra and you're deepening. It depends on the emotions and thoughts that you're going as according to how fast your breathing will be. And if you're in a stressful state, your breathing will be quick. So then you start to be aware of that quick breath and you start to slow down your breathing. Deepen your breath into the abdomen. Make that abdomen start to expand, not just the shallow breathing from the breath, but bring the breath all the way down here. And one way to explore the breath is to research Wim Hof. in a very cold climate, and he's teaching the deeper breathing in order to enhance your immune system, but also ice baths. It's a bit radical, but it's a fun way to explore the breath, because he has a breath that increases the prana. Now, he's now gone into pranayama because, of course, pranayama is very famous here in India. So awareness of breath is where we'll start in this video, and I'll just leave it at that for now because there's lots to learn with pranayama. But most importantly, just start breathing slowly from your abdomen. When I first started breathing slowly from my abdomen, and maybe even now today, it's a bit tight because I haven't done much deep breathing lately. It's just important to be aware, right? Self-aware of where this is at. And I know it takes a bit of time, maybe 2 or 3 days, for me to have this loosened up so it feels like that breath can go very deep. It still can go deep, but when you're first starting out, it takes some time. So just be gentle with yourself. Know that it takes time, and sometimes it even helps just to put your hands on where you first start breathing. And remember to only breathe through your nose. And there's a reason for that when you're in meditation. There's the 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡𝙗𝙃 side of our nostrils, which links to the 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡𝙗𝗃𝗃𝗃 of our spine. And when both of these are open, it's ideal state. The mind is very heightened, but most times there's only one nostril open. And you'll notice that if you close one of your nostrils. My left one is closed, and my right one is open. When your right one is open, you're in a more busy state of mind. It's the active nostril. It means you're awake and you're ready to start the day. When your left nostril is open, it's a sleepy time. It's good for sleeping. So if you have difficulty sleeping, you might check your nostrils and you'll see that, oh, my right nostril is open, which is going to keep your mind awake. And so then you roll onto your left side so that your left nostril is facing upwards, and slowly the left nostril will open and you'll fall asleep. It's a little secret technique I use for my sleeping. If my mind is busy, I gotta lie on this side, and then this nostril opens and it makes you sleepy. Cool, hey? I know, it's great having all this knowledge. Okay. That was off topic though, okay? So how to deepen your meditation so far with the different mudras, and be aware of the food that you're having. If you're serious about deepening your meditation, be prepared to go sattvic. And that's the process of deepening. Me personally, right now, my food is not sattvic. I am having onions. I prefer the small onions that they have in Tamil Nadu because the sambar is so delicious. Oh my God, all my taste buds wake up, and I have this, there's a different prana that comes when you have the different tastes hitting your tongue, and it's just amazing eating the food down there. I just absolutely love it. So yes, I'm still having onions, but I know there will come a time in my life where I will choose not to eat onions, because I'll need to deepen my meditation and start to meditate for many hours in the day, like we did in the Philippines, or 4 hours easily. So, but I know in order to do that, I need to remove onions and garlic from my diet, as well as other foods that are not supportive of that sattvic lifestyle. Okay, so then coming into different practices and just thinking here, what else has happened? Oh, what else really helps me in my meditation? And it's important to be self-aware of your thoughts and emotions. Emotions in particular, because if you're in a crazy emotional state, in a lower energetic vibration, let's say you have negative thoughts, negative emotions such as anger, you need to get revenge, you're feeling depressed or anxious or worried or stressed or something, it'll be difficult to meditate. Yeah, it's just not a meditative space, because you're what I call is the lower energetic vibration. The lower energetic vibration, it's difficult to meditate from there. So if you're really struggling with meditation, it's important to first be aware of your emotions. Raise your level of vibration by activating different forms of higher emotions, what you can refer to as positivity. Not positive thinking, but the positive feeling in the physical body is super important. I think this is the reason why most people feel stuck in meditation, actually, is because they're in the negative, lower vibration. Let me draw upon some research. I always, in most of my videos on YouTube, draw upon this book called Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson, where she explores over 300 scientific research studies on the benefits of having a higher positivity ratio than negativity. And she says you've got to have a 2 to 3 ratio of positivity to negativity in order to reap the rewards of being in the positivity state. Now, she's talking about positive emotions, not positive thinking. You can think positive, like, oh, today's going to be a good day. But if your negativity ratio is higher and you've got a lot of those negative emotions happening, the day's not going to go so well for you. It's really worthwhile focusing on that positivity ratio. So I teach my clients, my students, how to raise their positivity ratio. There's a few different techniques to do, and one simply is to bring to mind someone that you love. Think of someone that you love and activate that feeling of love within your heart center just by the very thought of this person sitting next to you. When I first did this, I actually used my cat at the time because I'm thinking it didn't come to mind, someone I had deep in my heart. But my cat, I did. I loved her every day. She was so beautiful, and so I brought to mind her image, the feeling of her, and my heart suddenly opened up. You can feel this opening in your heart when you're doing this exercise. And it's like feeling that love, and then you're being guided. And then once you activate the feeling of love, start to grow and expand it. Start to bring that sense of love. And you can then think about other people and feel that love towards them. The practice can go to a whole world. It's an amazing meditation you can do, but it's also a great precursor, an exercise you can do before your meditation to bring you into the higher vibration. If you do this every day, you will naturally be in a higher vibrational state, and meditation comes like this to you. It will, honestly, absolutely amazing. I consider meditation like this because I have these positivity practices going all the time, right? I'm either being grateful or I'm being in love state, or, but I know, okay, honestly, if for some reason I'm in a state of drama, someone's come into my life that's created some incidents to absolve past life karma or something, I know it's not a time for meditation. I know it's not a good time for meditation, and so I don't do meditation during those times. I wait. I wait until it passes, until the issue is resolved, until it's clear, until the energies are clear, and then I start deepening my meditation again. Then I know my meditation goes like this so smoothly and so easily. Like here, I'm at the Kriya Yoga Hall in Rishikesh in India, and this is a place for meditation. It's a natural place. Everybody meditates here morning and evening. And so it's easy to go into the meditation hall and meditate like this. Okay, so we were talking about your emotions. Be aware of your emotions. Raise your level of vibration in order to deepen your meditation. Having a high state of positivity will make your meditations easily if you work on this every day. I'll make another video on this, shall I? I think because this topic's really quite deep on how to raise your level of vibration. Okay, so I'll make another video on that for you. Okay, so where I was going at, so emotions, but let's flick over to something else. Your environment. The environment that you meditate in will affect your meditation. If you try meditating in a shopping mall, how likely would you be able to go into a deep state of meditation? When you're at the beginning stages of meditation, this is it's not possible. I'm going to say it's not possible. But later on, if your meditation is very advanced, of course you can sit in a mall and meditate, no problem. But the environment when you're first starting out is a big, big thing. Like here in this meditation hall, I can meditate like this. I live in Tamil Nadu in 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡, and I go to Ramana Maharishi ashram every single day, if possible. Like 99% of the time, meditation goes like this, whether I'm sitting outside under the tree or inside the ashram. There's also really powerful places of samadhi in 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡. Your meditation goes like this, and that's the heightened state. This is a samadhi state of meditation. Wow. So the location you're at makes a difference to your meditation. Now, if you've been to some of these places here in India that have the high vibe, you feel that energy vibration and you can take it home with you, because then you know what it feels like to deepen meditation into that place of samadhi. Wow, what a powerful practice. In fact, it was when I was here in Rishikesh in 2019, when the yoga school took us to the 𝗃𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. I sat there and I was guided to soak up the energetic vibration, the feeling of what it was like there. It was my first time sitting in a samadhi cave. Now, I've sat in many down in Tamil Nadu. I've been in my spiritual playground down there. Okay, so your environment. So how you can make your home environment like this is, can I just say something cheeky for a minute? We have this term in Australia called cheeky. In order to make your home environment more peaceful, come to India first, get the spiritual vibe, and then go home and take some things from India that are a higher level of vibration. Or things that you love, because it's really about what you appreciate. You can do a crystal grid if you're into crystals. I don't do crystals myself. I kind of feel them as a part of the new age vibe, so I don't do crystals. Also, I had an experience in Australia, an indigenous country, and you do not take crystals home with you because you can end up, never mind. Well, that's another topic to begin with. Okay, so the environment, just make your meditation space how you feel. You can have candles, you can have, like, you know, statues if that's your thing. However it works to you, you make that space sacred, basically. Okay, so what I was going to mention too is the Kundalini yoga practice. I became a Kundalini yoga teacher training in 2019, where we worked specifically on clearing the chakras, and within that there was bija mantras. That's where you really start to learn the power of the sacred chants. Absolutely amazing how to get your vibration higher. So there's certain affirmations you can use in your own mind to steer your mind in a direction you want it to go. I would say affirmations are a completely different topic than chanting. Okay, so I just want to kind of steer this in a direction for a minute, because I want to share with you some experiences that I've had that have taken me into the light energy of meditation. When you're meditating, you see the light, that's a really high space, right? This is where you want to go. This is the goal where you want to get to. There's some experiences of my life that have helped me feel that. First was when I was at home in Australia, and my daughter was only 2 years old. She's 24 now, or 25. 24, I think, coming into 25. And she was a baby at the time, only 2 years old, and I was doing this chanting. It was an inner chanting. The sound came from inside myself. I was doing the swing, willow, qigong, because I did not do sitting meditation back then. And I started doing this chanting. And I was raising my level. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just toning this sound over and over and over again in this space. My body was swaying, and I was like doing the sound, which I will not do that sound today. and at some point, like this is something I want to share with you in another talk, okay? Because this process was quite interesting how it occurred. But when it was there, after going through the process, about 20 minutes or something, I saw light energy. So that's intuitive guidance, okay? That was one of my first experiences of the light energy. Another experience is when I stood in front of the Dalai Lama. 2019, he was in Dharamsala doing a talk, and I was in Rishikesh. I caught an overnight bus to Dharamsala by myself. I'm always traveling by myself. Fascinating journey, I can tell you. And I found myself there. Another story to tell you in another video or blog, how I got to stand in front of the Dalai Lama. Right there, he was about 100 people between me and him though, but he was there. And my legs started shaking, and this is when I know there's big power. I was like, whoa. I sat down straight away, closed my eyes. I was in light energy. All I saw was light. Now, in the light energy, it's like void of emotion. There's no negative, there's no positive, there's just nothing, right? But I can tell you right now, if you're feeling any type of negative emotion in your meditation, you know it's the lower vibration. Just don't meditate in that state. Get up and go elsewhere. Get busy with housework. When you sit down and you feel the higher vibration, that's the meditation space you want to be in, yeah? Don't force it. Okay, so the Dalai Lama. Another time I experienced the light energy. Now, I don't know what religion or cult you are, but I'm sharing my experience of the light energy, right? I was sitting in a room where the Quran was being read. The Quran was the reading was very loud over a loudspeaker. The whole room was saturated with light energy. I was like, whoa, I had no idea. Absolutely amazing energy. So, but now I have this bringing the light meditation that I was guided to develop in March this year. And I've written the book. I think it was March, maybe it was even earlier than that. It must have been, I think the book was written before that. The time kind of blurs after some time. So bringing the light meditation is a step-by-step guide on how to bring yourself to that light meditation. And I do mention the importance of awareness of your thoughts and emotions in order to get to that light energy. And once you have that feeling of the light, you can just go there, feel that energy vibration. So the light energy is a good thing to, well, you know that's the end goal. So I guess in a way of me telling you the story, know that your meditation can deepen to this point. It's not just about feeling good. Well, it is, obviously. It's a high motivational state of being, knowing, okay, the reason why you want to start meditating is because it feels good. Okay, that's the reason why I first started meditating. It's like, you want to feel that higher vibration because it feels good, rather than being stuck in the mundane world of these struggles and misery and blah, blah, blah. When you're meditating, you get to this place of going, and it feels just absolutely bliss if you really want to get into that. So, okay, so let me summarize this video. 1, be aware of the sattvic food, the food that you're eating. If you're having coffee, well, if you have coffee every day, your body's in this higher state of adrenaline kicking naturally. I noticed this with myself. So, and it's not sattvic. Coffee, tea is not sattvic. And these are chocolate. Hare Krishna people don't have these foods because they want to deepen their meditation, right? They might not be aware of the whole spectrum, but at least they got this part, right? It's a sattvic food. This coffee. I know if I have coffee, I'm not going to do a meditation practice that day. And my mind's going, my stomach, like onions. Coffee makes my stomach with this distracted feeling as well. Whoa, so coffee is definitely a no-go for me. So sattvic food, hand mudras. Remember the hand mudras? Right? These are the ones that I'm using at the moment, and I'm also using this one. So there's a few different hand mudras to use. You can play with them. The sitting posture, you do not have to sit to meditate. You can do the standing meditation like I showed earlier, which is the swaying willow, or you could even sit like this. Why not? You know, any place you sit and just be aware. I have a fantastic YouTube video about the 7 steps to meditation. And I do a guided meditation there, and it's a way of withdrawing your senses from the outside world and going inside. I actually release this video in my programs that I'm teaching my clients and students as a way of giving them a support to begin their meditation practice, and it's absolutely fantastic. I've had a lot of amazing feedback on this, and it's a way of withdrawing your senses from the outside world, listening to the sounds, smelling anything you smell, feeling the air on your skin, and slowly coming back into your inner world. So I'm gonna put the link down below so you can go and listen to this meditation. It's a 7-step practice on how to deepen your meditation. And that also works with the thoughts and emotions, so it's beneficial. But, you know, in summing up the video, it's also about, you know, being aware of your emotional state. If you're in a troubled emotional state, don't expect meditation. Don't expect that to come easily. It's not possible. So if you're in a troubled state, you have to raise your level of vibration by activating different forms of positivity first, then go to meditation. Even if you have a cup of tea and sit in the hammock or the back swing, or, you know, relaxing with a spiritual book, then, okay, you're switching into a different vibe, then you can sit and meditate. But if you're feeling frustrated or stuck in life, or you're feeling stress or anxiety or depression or anything like that, no, don't meditate. But I did give you some solutions in order to flick your mind into a happy state, the 𝙃𝙚𝙖𝙡 mudra, or activating forms of positivity. Then you feel like, okay, am I ready to meditate? Yeah, then you can meditate. This deepens your meditation practice, right? And also the environment you're meditating in also makes a huge effect. Yes, especially when you're first beginning. When I first started out, I was meditating in nature. I was doing present moment awareness and meditation very naturally into this trance state. I was even walking for 3 hours, or you know, in the city one time, but also in nature, just reflecting, and that's a very powerful form of meditation. In the Vipassana center that I went to in Thailand, they had a walking meditation. So there's so many types of meditation, so many ways, and each practice will deepen your feeling of the meditative vibe, the meditative state. You can go anywhere with meditation. And the main goal is to get to that light source energy where you feel just bliss. That's the only way I can describe it. That's the way Ramana Maharishi describes it, bliss. It's lacking any other emotion from what I can feel. It's just pure bliss. And just be aware that if you're in a negative state in meditation, just don't meditate. That's definitely a go across all teachers. All spiritual teachers will say the same thing. So, okay, so I've covered so much in this video, so much. I am going to encourage you to watch the video again and again, take notes, journal about it, write it down, and then put into place some practices and do a journal about your meditation. How does it go? Where does it start? You know, from here to there. And how are you progressing along the journey? And then, of course, I am going to invite you to come and listen to my podcast. Become the Healer podcast is starting up. It hasn't started as of this moment of video recording. It hasn't started. It hasn't been launched yet. And I'm hoping to launch it in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So if you're watching this video, then you can go and listen to it and become part of my podcast community, which is super exciting. It's called Become the Healer, where I'm going to share with you all tools and techniques I have. And even we're going to draw upon ancient healing modalities, scientific evidence that proves where healing is possible and how, and even pseudoscience. I want to go into all those so you could practice the techniques and see how it works for you and take your healing journey to the next level. And I'm talking about healing the physical body, the mental body, the emotional state, and healing spiritually, like the whole kit and caboodle. I want to give you all the knowledge I have on my podcast, because I believe that if everyone had this knowledge and everyone was doing these practices around the world, that we would be healing the planet from within. And I'm super excited about that term because it is the name of my YouTube channel, Healing the Planet from Within, name of my website, name of my Instagram, and strangely enough, the name of the book I first published, my first book I published, and I was questioning time and time again to my spirit guides, like, why is this name on the book? Why? I honestly did not think it was a good name. I said, should it be Heal the Planet from Within or Healing the Planet? Why are we using the... It took me a few weeks to decide and then finally published it. It was a funny process. And now it's the name across all the board, and it's my mission to teach everyone everything they need so they can become the healer of their life. So go to my website find my podcast, or simply go down below where you'll see my podcast, Patreon links, and more YouTube videos for you to explore. It's super exciting. So you've got tons of knowledge from this video on how to deepen your meditation practice. It's so worthwhile doing because it really transforms your life. But what's also interesting, it adds a certain level of healing practices to your life as well. I mean, there's so much to it. Okay, the benefits of meditation is another video. Okay, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It was personal development and spiritual development. I've been on the journey for a very long time. I even have a degree in counseling and psychology because I was really craving what was out there, all the knowledge, and then I found similar knowledge in books here in India, but even deeper, and there's so much knowledge I want to share with you in all my platforms. So please hit subscribe down there and come on this journey with me. Last year I actually shaved my head, and right now I'm growing my hair again. I don't know why. Okay. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, namaste. Hey, here I am in India right now, and I'd really appreciate you to come on my journey with me. Click down here the subscribe button. That would be super great. Thank you so much. And then wander over here and click the comment. Make a comment, click the bell button, and follow me on this journey. Come on my journey with me. Let's deepen our spiritual journey together. You can see I've done this short hair. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Namaste.